Hello and welcome to Accounting 102 Fall 2020. In this lecture video, I'm going to talk about how to navigate the Canvas page for Accounting 102 and also how to register for McGraw-Hill Connect and what McGraw-Hill Connect is, okay? So when you come into Canvas, you'll be here at home. It looks something like this, and then we have our first announcement talking about your welcome to Accounting 102, and you'll see that. And so what I also wanted to do, you'll see those announcements, and I will use these announcements quite a bit during the semester to remind you of important course updates and course reminders and quiz dates and all those kinds of things, okay? So you can see our first announcement right over here. So I'll use announcements quite a bit. I'll also use grades here to post your grades, and the two other parts of Canvas that I use quite extensively are modules and then conferences, okay? And so in conferences, that's where we're going to have our weekly conference where we go through, and that's where we're going to have our live conferences, okay? It could be, and I'm just going to give you a heads up, we're going to see how conferences work. It could be that we use Zoom instead, but right now I'm planning on using conferences, okay? So with that, what I want to take a look at is modules. So if you go click on modules, this is where the whole course is set up. So you have your syllabus, you have your schedule, and on the first day of class, on the 24th of August, we're going to go through all of these files, okay, in a lot more detail. But just know that this is where you find everything on Canvas. So you have your syllabus, you have your schedule. This is registration for Connect, and I will talk about this in this lecture video here in a second or so. These are all your course notes, and then your lecture videos, and then also some additional problems and solutions. This talks about how to print the course notes. And then I always put up you have 3 exams during the semester, and I always put up some exam study materials. I put up a practice test, the answers to the practice test. I also put up a study guide, and then an exam question distribution, some extra credit assignments that we'll talk about in the first class, and then also how to calculate your grade in the class. And then I also went through and posted all the solutions for every single exercise and problem at the end of each chapter. Okay? So what I want to talk about now is Connect. Okay, so Connect, what you're going to do is you're going to come over here and you're going to click this, and then you'll download this file, and then it'll say download like this. And so then you're going to click on this link. Now, if you are registered for inclusive access, you should already have paid for this, okay? And if you have taken Accounting 101 and you use Connect in Accounting 101 pretty recently, like in the last year or so, you shouldn't have to buy another access code. So let's recap on that. If you've already bought an access code fairly recently for Accounting 101, you shouldn't have to buy it again. If you have inclusive access, means you should have already paid for it. If you don't have either of those two, you need to buy an access code. Now, where can you get the access code? You can buy it from the bookstore, or you can just do it straight right here. Okay? But what you're going to do is you're going to click on this link, and then this is where you're going to go ahead and go to Connect and join Connect, and you're going to register for Connect, and then it's going to actually ask you to put in your access code, and then that's where you put in your access code, okay? But again, a couple different ways to get the access code. First is if you have inclusive access, you should already have it because it's already included in your tuition. That's inclusive access. The second option is if you've bought it already for another class fairly recently for Accounting 101, you shouldn't have to buy it again. If you haven't done those two, you can buy it from the bookstore, or you can just purchase it right here. But either which way, what you have to do is have the access code to Connect, and you need to click on this link right here to register for my class. That way I can see that you're completed the quizzes and the homeworks for my class, okay? So it's important that you register for my class, all right? So let's talk about what Connect looks like when you're there. So this is the student view of Connect, and so what Connect is for is it has the textbook. So you don't have to purchase the physical textbook. And even if we were face-to-face, that's probably still not the best option because you have to lug that thing all around campus. This way, you just buy Connect, and it includes the actual PDF version of the textbook. So this is the textbook right over here. So you can click on that to read the textbook and do some extra exercises and problems at the end of each chapter, which we will do some of those during some of our synchronous sessions, okay? So Connect has the textbook. It also has all the homework, and you can see all the homework right over here. It starts the 17th of August and they all end December 6th. So all the homework is due at the end of the semester. Does this mean you should wait till December 5th and December 6th to do all the homework? Well, I sure hope not, because if you do, it's going to be really hard to do well on the exams and the quizzes, okay? So you have to do the homework in a timely fashion to make sure that you're prepared for the quizzes and for the exams, okay? So to recap, McGraw-Hill Connect, it's an online learning system, okay? And so it includes access to the digital copy of the textbook, the homework, and then also the quizzes, okay? So all your quizzes are down here. Now, all your quizzes have the same start date, August 17th. So you could do all the quizzes in the beginning part of the semester if you wanted to, but they are due at different dates during the semester. So you can see Appendix B is due the 28th of August, Chapter 14 is due September 9th, Chapter 16 due the September 21st, Chapter 17 due September 25th, so on and so forth. So the quizzes will expire on those days, okay? They will expire on those days. And so the reason I have quizzes, I typically don't do quizzes during a face-to-face class, but it's very important with an online class to have quizzes because it keeps you on track to make sure that you're keeping up with the material. It's so important to do that, okay? Very, very important to do that. All right, so that is McGraw-Hill Connect at a very high level. So you need to make sure that you get access to McGraw-Hill Connect, that you are registered for my class with the access code as soon as possible, okay? And a lot of that is, look, you have your first quiz due the 28th for Appendix B, okay? So you need to make sure that you get McGraw-Hill Connect as soon as possible, okay? So you can do the quiz for Appendix B and also do the homework. Now, remember, all the homework is due at the end of the semester, but I would encourage you to do the homework before you do the quizzes because the homework is graded for completion, as we'll talk about in the syllabus. The quizzes are graded for accuracy. Okay, so watch the lecture videos for Appendix B, do the homework for Appendix B, and then do the quiz for Appendix B after you've done the homework and watched the lecture videos, okay? And listen to me expand upon some things in Appendix B. All right, so that concludes McGraw-Hill Connect. And again, so I want to reiterate, it's important to sign up for McGraw-Hill Connect as soon as possible, okay? ASAP, because that's your textbook, your homework system, and your quizzes, okay? So then coming back over here, remember what we'll be doing is in our first conference, which will be on the 24th of August, we will be reviewing all of this, everything here up on Canvas. We'll go over the syllabus, the schedule in more detail, and then I'll also go over McGraw-Hill Connect again, okay? But I want to make sure that you were given appropriate time to make sure you could get access to McGraw-Hill Connect, preferably before our first class. My preference is that you are all set up on McGraw-Hill Connect with the access code and everything before the 24th of August. You're ready to go because you have that first quiz due on the 28th, okay? So be sure to get access to McGraw-Hill Connect as soon as possible, okay? All right, so I'm going to end this lecture video now, and I do have another lecture video that was attached to the first announcement for the course showing you how to access or get to the conferences feature in Canvas, okay? And we will use that. As I said earlier in the lecture video, it is possible that we might use Zoom instead, but right now I'm I'm planning on using conferences, and even if we use Zoom, we'll probably still use some conferences anyway. So the conferences feature is there for now to make for at least we have some synchronous sessions. Okay. And speaking of the synchronous sessions, we will have either a conference session in Canvas right over here based on this, or a Zoom session every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noon, because that is our course schedule for Accounting 102. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 12 to 12:50. That was what we would be doing face-to-face in the classroom, but that's what we will be doing via Zoom or conferences. Okay? All right, so I'm going to end this lecture video now. Thanks so much, and take care.